I started using ice when I was 20 years old, and it ended up spiralling into something that I couldn't control, and then went through a very long and painful recovery period.
The real message is to recognise that these are just people. These are our husbands, our sisters, our children, and that's why we need, as a community, need to come together to provide a solution.
The triggers for me that made me realise crystal meth was a problem was hurting my family, like not in a violent way, but you can hurt people in other ways, emotionally, mentally, like lying, stealing from my family, and that feeling of just complete and utter loneliness was not worth it at all.
Methamphetamine can happen to anybody, and I do believe that's one of the reasons as well why we're seeing it a lot more in the media.
I think the headlines around methamphetamine have become out of control and quite negative, so then it makes it even more difficult for people that have got problems using the drug. So you feel the shame, you feel that you don't want anyone in the community to know about it, so I was finding it all very, very difficult.
One of the biggest issues I see with crystalline methamphetamine use is the huge amount of stigma and discrimination that's around this drug. So what you've then got is an isolation of those who are experiencing difficulties with this drug, which keep them away from treatment.
I had a huge impact with stigma, but it's important to be strong enough to know that recovery is possible, and recovery is a better life than using.
So what I'm saying to families is, you do not have all the answers, but there are answers that can be only given or answered by those that are working in that specialist area.
Those who do seek support absolutely do go on to have very happy, fulfilling lives. The hope is there, the treatment is available, and the more we can step back into that human place of connecting with others, of ensuring that they're not isolated, the more effective these treatments and supports can be.
My message to families would be to stay connected with the person that is using methamphetamines as much as possible, and families do have a huge influence because it's the relationship that you have with the person that is the most important, and there is hope at the other end.
My hopes for the future is to see that the stigma around drug addiction ceases, because the worst thing you can do is judge someone based on knowing nothing.
Let's break the ice in our community.
Let's break the ice in our community.
Let's break the ice in our community.
Let's break the ice in our community.